All right, how fanatical are the Democrats about open borders? They're so fanatical that to achieve their goal of remaking America with third world immigrants, they're willing to sacrifice an unlimited number of American lives.
And in total, for more than an hour and a half, a valiant attempt was made to save Trooper Michael Pajara's life, and they were unsuccessful. The man died a hero. He was an outstanding trooper.
The man who took this hero's life is 33-year-old Michael Bond. He's here courtesy of Joe Biden's 2024 mass parole program. Now, not only did he stay here, he was given a 4-ton weapon to use on our highways because a Massachusetts company gave him a commercial driver's license. And the far-left governor there, Maura Healey, remember, she's a passionate advocate for illegals to be on our roads, goes on and on about how they need to have driver's licenses because if they didn't, they wouldn't be able to get insurance, blah, blah, blah. She's the worst on immigration. Even when Trump's DHS canceled this guy's parole program and Mr. Bond was told to leave the country, well, he ignored the order. And why not? He was probably betting on those anti-ICE thugs to shield him in Massachusetts, and his CDL kept getting renewed anyway. Now, Officer Pajara was a 20-year vet of the force. He just moved back in with his parents to help care for his mom as she battles cancer. That's the life taken by Joe Biden's illegal. Here to discuss his border czar, Tom Homan. Tom, does Governor Healey of Massachusetts and her ilk ever address the suffering of these American victims?
Absolutely not. She'll be on TV saying she's not a sanctuary state. She said 100 times, when in fact she is. Look, you know, Laura, you and I have talked about this before. I've met with hundreds of angel moms and dads. That's the reason, one of the top reasons I came back out of retirement twice for President Trump is because of the stories I've been told by parents who bury their children. So it doesn't get better. I mean, we turned up the heat. As you see, ICE had a record number of arrests in the last 5 days. They broke every record in the book. 10,000 arrests in less than 5 days. We turned the heat up. Ever since the Supreme Court decisions, we're turning the heat up on the Haitians who lost their status here. So we got a lot of work to do. We got more resources to do it. We got more agents to do it. So you're going to see these arrest numbers climb because we got to arrest these people. We can't wait for them to commit another crime to find them. We got to find the criminals and the non-criminals, and that's exactly what we're doing.
Well, you took the words out of my mouth because we always hear, well, we're getting rid of the worst of the worst. Well, before he killed a police officer with his truck, maybe he wasn't technically the worst of the worst. But now we have a family man, a wonderful officer, a hero, an American, dead. That, again, makes the argument that, again, people want mass deportations. They want these people out of the country. They're sick of Maura Healey. They're tired of these sanctuary cities or not, whatever they want to call themselves. And we need mass deportations. Whatever the anti-ICE people are going to do, we got to roll right over them. I don't care what we have to use. Water cannons. Don't hurt anybody who's protesting, but they got to get out of the way. We got to get these people out of the country.
No, I've said from day one, everybody's on the table. And if you look at the numbers, what I looked at yesterday, just over half of everybody we're arresting is a criminal. So about half are non-criminals. So everybody's on the table. You know, when President Trump wants to prioritize public safety threats, yeah, we may prioritize, and we got a list. We got 4 criminals and 4 non-criminals. Try to get the child predator first. But bottom line is, everybody's on the table. The numbers show it's about half and half now. So, and with the additional resources we got from the reconciliation bill, you wait to see what the numbers are this year. And like I'm saying, the last week, ICE has broken historic records every single day, and we're not going to stop. We're going to add more resources. We're going to add more targeting. We got millions of people we need to find in the next couple of years, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah, there's about 30 million people here illegally, so that's a big number. But I mean, there are fry cooks, there are caregivers. They're here illegally, and Americans have traditionally always done this work. Period. End of story. By the way, I mentioned this Maura Healey character, the governor of Massachusetts, and her passion is protecting illegals. Watch.
Tell me about the driver's licenses for the undocumented. You think that's a good move?
So it's a matter of public safety. People are going to drive with or without a license. Right. That's why I supported it. And that's why I stood with many public safety officials.
Public safety, Tom. She's worried about public safety.
No, she just proves every day she's not smart. And she's on TV every day, she's not a sanctuary state. When you normalize illegal immigration and you give them driver's license, you give them in-state tuition and all these benefits, that just draws more people to those sanctuary cities. And that's why I'm glad the Department of Justice is suing sanctuary cities. I've been in many meetings with President Trump. President Trump wants to take the sanctuary cities on, and he's having DOJ exactly do that. Now, we got radical judges are siding against us sometimes, but we're not going to stop. We're going to keep suing sanctuary cities. And like I said on your show a couple weeks ago, we are going to flood the zone in sanctuary cities because we know we have a problem there. We know there's millions of people in sanctuary cities because they're protected by the establishment. That's where we're going to concentrate our resources on, sanctuary cities.
But we'll never eat again as a country if we don't have people here. We'll never eat again. We'll never have a hospital employee. I mean, the lies keep coming. Tom, you're a rock star. Thank you, my friend.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.